Guys, just want to show you something. It's a Arduino project that I have. Let me show you. It's a box. It's a reminder box so I don't forget to take my medication, and also helps my wife reminds of her medication. So there's one switch for me, one switch for her, and this is all Arduino based. I'm going to show the inners in a minute. So I take medication in the morning. So this is the morning switch. Now it's on the right position, should be up. This sound that you just heard is the ringer. It rings every hour 2 times. And if it's time to take medication, let me put it on the wrong position, like this is the nightly position. And it's going to start ringing in a moment. That sound is just informing me that the switch is working, that it acknowledges that I changed the position. This is an override switch, so if I press this is a on and off switch. If I press, it's going to put the whole thing into sleep mode and not do anything until I press again. This is a snooze switch, so at 10 o'clock in the morning, if the switch is not on the right position, it starts ringing, and I can press the snooze, and it's going to give me 30 minutes more before it starts ringing again. And this is the ringer. So it starts ringing every 8 seconds for one time, then every 4 seconds, then every 2 seconds, and then every 1 second. And there's a buzzer inside that starts buzzing very loud until I turn it off. So let me put on the right position now. And the ring here, you can see there's an actuator there. I don't remember the exact name, but it's barely touching the ring. So when I put power on it, it goes up, and I remove the power very quickly and it goes down by itself. There is no spring on this one, so it doesn't work sideways, just like that. So the idea here is that when both are up, it means that we took the medication in the morning. When it goes on the afternoon, which my wife has to take her medication, she puts down. And at night, we both take our medication, we put this one down. And at the morning, she takes her medication, and I take my medication. So that's how it works. And every hour, from 10 in the morning to 11 at night, it rings 2 times for every full hour. Just remind me about the time. It's just a feature I want to add. I did try to use a cell phone app to remind me of the medication, but since the cell phone is always on my hand, it's very easy to just override that and forget. So on the back, I have a USB female, I think it's type A. It's the same one I use on my MIDI keyboard, so I can just take from the MIDI keyboard and plug in there and charge the power bank. You can see the 2 switches. Where's my finger? The 2 switches there. There's the actuator. The actuator has an ULN. What's the name again? ULN 2803 driver. It's a very cheap chip. It's attached to it. You can see it. I think it's not possible to see it, but it is in there, the chip. I just cut all the legs and glue it in place. It's a very hack job, but it works. So I have my real-time clock in here, and a board that I made myself to make a standalone Arduino, and a SPI programming interface. And you may probably wonder what the heck is this big thing here. Is a ZIF socket that there's a lever there. you can pull the lever and it's going to release the IC. I use this because this board was already done. It had everything but the real-time clock. So I just reused this board because I didn't have any other parts and I can't order anything because, well, you know, pandemic. So that's the way I had to do. And it works with the power bank because the chip is sleeping for most of the time. I put in power down mode, so it power downs and waits 8 seconds and then wakes up, checks the clock, the switches, and do whatever it has to do and sleeps again. And even when it's ringing, it rings for 8 seconds, sleep. It repeats for 10 times, so it's over a minute, then rings for every 4 seconds and sleeps. So the power bank is lasting around a month on a single charge, sometimes 3 weeks on a half charge. So it's pretty good, and it's very simple to build and set up and things like that. And I use this bell. This is actually a meditation bell that people use on the temples because it was very cheap. I wanted a real bell, but it was kind of expensive, and the cheap ones were just ugly. And I thought, hey, I remember seeing this at someone's house and has a nice sound, so I decided to use that. It came with a wood ball that you attach to it and you put on the door so it rings when you open the door. So I just removed that. And everything else I had, I didn't have to buy anything. And I love these switches. Those are 20 years old from a guy that had a store and closed it and sold to another electronics place, and I bought it all when I saw it because they're very nice. Very satisfactory to use. This button also is very old, it's 20 years old. I had 3 switches actually that I bought. One was no longer working and I couldn't fix it. And this is the new part, the only new part on the switches. And just a regular MDF box that I painted, and that's it. I'm going to put the schematics not, but the Arduino code on the video description. So that's it. Thanks for watching.